Good afternoon, everyone. Just like to start by acknowledging the work of Dr. Theresa Hay. She was supposed to be giving this brief. This is her brief. She's stuck in New South Wales and can't travel due to COVID. So I'll just ask you to bear with me while I refer heavily to notes that Theresa has generously provided. My background is I'm a mechanical engineer, and I've spent my career working in weapons effects, weapons terminal effects, and I am fairly new to Queensland. I moved up here a couple of years ago and started working in hypersonics and was the technical lead for the payload development of flight test vehicles. But recently I've taken on a new job, and that's with the Queensland Defence Science Alliance, and this is something new to Queensland. The other states have networks like this, where the purpose of these networks is to help industry and academia to partner and engage with defence. And vice versa, it's to help you to reach out to the right academics and the right industry partners and get them involved in the things that you need them to work on. So I'm really very happy to be here, and thanks very much for having me. I'd really I'll power through this brief, and I'm really interested to hear about your requirements, and please see me outside of the presentation, and please engage with me. I'm going to start being on base here on a regular basis, so hopefully there's lots of opportunities to engage. Thanks. So I'm going to, first of all, start talking about the More Together strategy, and then I'm going to talk about the DSTG starshots. So the government has directed Defence to deliver a more agile and potent future force with the highest levels of military capability and S&T sophistication. Australia faces an increasingly challenging, contested security environment over the next decade, where the interests of our nation will be tested more frequently. The changes to Australia's security environment are occurring more rapidly than expected, and to address this, the More Together Defence, Science and Technology Strategy for 2030 was developed. This strategy describes a 10-year vision and establishes a suite of initiatives to ensure the right investment in S&T to create the capabilities that Defence needs. We can't do this alone, and we know we need to bring the right people together to work on the right problems to achieve more together. So I'd like to talk a bit about focus, scale and impact. The starshots focus the national S&T enterprise. Each starshot defines a significant military challenge in terms of a desired capability. The aim is to encourage new ideas and innovative approaches to deliver leap-ahead capability for Defence. We need to partner to build scale. Early engagement across Defence, the academic and industry sectors is absolutely critical if we're going to solve the big complex problems. And we need multiple organisations working together on the R&D and the demonstration of capability for impact. Fundamental to the More Together strategy are these three pillars. It's about harnessing the very best people and providing the research infrastructure to deliver the right capability for the ADF. With these pillars, we have the opportunity to reinvigorate our research and development sector and to contribute to world-class S&T. And now to the starshots. So these starshots are challenging, inspirational, mission-directed programs that focus our S&T and research efforts on future Defence capabilities. There are 8 starshots that are aligned with Defence's strategic priorities and future capability needs. I'll talk about each of these in the coming slides, but it's important to note that the starshots may evolve over time as threats emerge. Any new starshot will need to be in response to Defence's capability requirements, of course, which are informed by those emerging threats, technology trends, and the strategic environment. The Starshots are not our only focus though. We'll continue to support defence operations, sustainment and acquisition of capability. Resilient multi-mission space. Clearly, space provides vital capability for defence. We use it for comms, for position, navigation and timing, and to observe the Earth for situational awareness. But space is changing. As well as becoming easier to access, it's also more contested and more congested. The Resilient Multi-Mission Space Starshot seeks to develop exemplar, smart satellite capabilities to enable the ADF to access data and services wherever they are on the planet. The aim is to demonstrate resilient and responsive space-based capabilities to support situational awareness for superior decision-making, secure comms in a highly networked force, accurate knowledge of position and time for precision effects, and rapid reconstitution of space assets. Defence is making a significant investment in this, with $12 million and $16 million of in-kind support in the Smart Sat CRC. This CRC has attracted an investment of another $250 million from over 100 universities, industry and government organisations. This is the largest investment in the Australian space industry in our recent history. And while the Starshot aims to demonstrate resilient space-based services direct to the warfighter, it's very likely that there'll be many applications wider than defence. Information warfare. Well, it can be argued that the world has transitioned from the industrial age to the information age. In the industrial age, humans controlled machines. In the information age, humans control an information environment that exists between humans and machines. This has delivered unparalleled advances in capability, but this also comes with a threat. Information environments are also highly contested by a range of actors, from criminals to nation states. The information domain is a critical theatre of warfare. The success of future defence operations depends on the ability to fight in and through contested information environments. Fighting inside information environments enables the control of an adversary's human environment through influence operations, their information environment through cyber warfare, and their physical environment through electronic warfare. In the information age, if you control the opponent's information environment through coordinated and integrated influence operations, cyber warfare and electronic warfare, then you control your opponent. Agile command and control. Joint operations across every domain are the new reality in modern warfare. Prevailing in future complex and contested environments will require the ADF to bring together capabilities from all domains of warfare to achieve complementary and coordinated effects. Command and control is about understanding the environment and being able to plan and execute operations that achieve a desired effect. Exploiting information in dynamic networks that deliver faster and better quality decision-making is known as agile command and control. This Starshot aims to demonstrate an agile command and control system that is robust, resilient, responsive and reconfigurable. And it needs to be able to deal with many concurrent operations. Quantum assured position, navigation and timing. Well, we all know how much we rely on GPS. It's used for precision guided weapons and to coordinate and synchronise distributed forces. The timing aspects from GPS are used in comms, cryptography, intelligence, and to synchronise distributed computer systems. When GPS is under threat, we need an alternative. This Starshot is looking to produce unprecedented sensitivity in sensors through things like gravity meters, accelerometers, magnetometers, and precision clocks. It's expected that these technologies will provide the ability to generate an alternative assured position, navigation and timing solution. The aim is to demonstrate capability that integrates with classical solutions to enable navigation and time synchronisation over extended periods of time in the absence of global navigation satellite systems. And now on to disruptive weapon effects. The emergence of new, advanced and unconventional weapons has transformed the battlefield. Modern weapons are smaller, faster and smarter. They have greater range and are more agile, precise, more lethal and survivable against counters. This Starshot seeks to develop innovative weapon technologies that will enable the ADF to compete and win in multi-domain combat. This includes the ability to counter enemy anti-access and area denial capabilities, project force deep into hostile regions, and deliver coordinated effects, as well as survive a prolonged high-intensity battle and apply strategic effects through deterrence and denial. The ability to harness and progress the ability to harness the progress made in AI and robotics could enable autonomous platforms to work together, to replan, adapt to changing environments and deliver combined coordinated effects. Operating in CBRN environments. The threat of CBRN attack against military and civilian populations is growing. State and non-state actors are increasingly willing to resort to these indiscriminate methods, and the proliferation of manufacturing processes is increasing accessibility. This Starshot aims to develop the technologies necessary for the ADF to continue with operations and manoeuvres safely and effectively within contaminated environments for prolonged periods of time. New capability will be developed for detecting, identifying, monitoring and containing CBRN threats. The aim is to demonstrate novel, integrated technologies to enable the ADF to respond faster and more precisely, and to operate uninterrupted in complex CBRN environments while protecting human lives and equipment. Battle-ready platforms. The ability of a nation to commit to a war and endure a campaign of protracted battles depends on the availability, preparedness and sustainability of its warfighting machines. For a modestly sized defence force, it's critical that battle platforms are efficiently and effectively maintained and sustained to a high level of readiness. Platforms need to be resilient and must be able to survive the fight with minimal downtime. Capabilities are needed to continually monitor and assess the state of all our assets in the battle space to inform decisions about tactical upgrades, repair and replacement. This Starshot aims to develop new concepts and capabilities for managing platform preparedness, sustainment in contested environments, and resilience to damage to remain effective. And now on to remote undersea surveillance. Undersea surveillance is particularly challenging. The subsurface environment is complex and is becoming increasingly congested with a greater density and variety of undersea vessels, both civilian and military. At the same time, potential threats such as submarines and autonomous underwater vehicles are rapidly evolving. They incorporate new technologies to avoid detection and are being equipped with standoff capabilities to allow them to act at much longer ranges. This Starshot aims to develop the undersea surveillance capabilities necessary to deal with the complexities of a congested and highly contested subsurface environment, particularly in support of future anti-submarine warfare. Fully integrated systems and networks are needed to provide coverage over wide expanses of ocean with the persistence over long periods of time. These capabilities must be able to rapidly and concurrently detect, classify, localise and track a large number of submarines, undersea vehicles and potential maritime threats. These systems need to be deployed to areas of interest, have sufficient endurance and must be able to operate effectively over a range of conditions in deep water and the shallow littoral environments. These systems must also integrate with other ADF undersea warfare capabilities and support interoperability with our coalition partners. So thank you. That concludes the brief on the starshots. So I'm happy to take questions. Some I might need to take on notice, bearing in mind that I'm not over the detail of all of these starshots, but also happy to use some of the time that we've got to hear about the sorts of requirements that you have and how I might be able to help in my role with QDSA. Thanks very much.